Hello, how are you? And welcome to With Miska podcast. My guest today is Irina Tundra and Irina Tundra. She's a Finnish. This episode is going to be in English. The whole episode is going to be in English. So she's a Finnish stripper, and we decided that we're going to speak English because she has an international following too, so there's going to be two Finnish people speaking English. It was interesting to speak with her because I don't really know that much about the profession of a stripper, and there's definitely some overlaps if you think about the stand-up comedian or actor. Yeah, I think especially stand-up comedians are definitely some similarities in those two professions. So in this episode, you can hear about that. It's really interesting, and it's a candid talk about how the life of a stripper in Finland and in some other countries too is. She talks about Australia and some other countries where she has worked. And that's it. Please enjoy. And our film Someone Somewhere is on Elisa Viihde. And I also got news that the horror film I directed, Vihanpidot, Insanity, we got an American distribution deal, so eventually it's going to be released in America. I don't have the date or anything like that yet, but it's going to go to some streaming services where you can rent it or something like that. But the main thing is that it's going to come in August in Elisa Viihde in Finland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland, Estonia, around there, wherever you can get Elisa Viihde. I don't have the specific date for that yet, like when in August, but I'm going to let you know when I find out about the specific date. But it's going to come out in August. So Vihanpidot, the horror film, is going to be there. And Someone Somewhere is there now. Yeah, anyway, please enjoy my talk with Irina Tundra. Hi Irina, thank you for coming to With Miska. I actually need you, since we both are Finnish and we decided to do this in English. Is it Irina? How do you say your name in English?
I've changed to Arena, like a concert arena, because everyone says it differently.
So I could say Irina Tundra.
Yes.
That sounds great. Let's do that. So thank you for being here. Where are you now?
I'm in Finland, in my kitchen.
And what time is it there?
It's 8 p.m. What time is it there?
I'm here in LA, and it's 10 a.m. So I just woke up.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and thank you so much for being here. And
thank you for having me.
How is it? How has it been with you with the COVID and with the virus and everything?
Well, everything got canceled because we perform in for groups and in nightclubs and stuff. So all the nightclubs, restaurants were closed. Groups of more than 10 people could not meet up. So everything got canceled for about 3 months. And now we're slowly getting back to normal, or like normal amount of gigs.
So I guess we should talk about your profession. So all the shows got canceled. What kind of shows? What shows do you do? What's your profession? You're a stripper.
Yeah, I'm a stripper, glamour model, concert goer.
Yeah, you were talking that you perform you said so do you perform in groups, or what kind of shows do you do? What kind of shows were you talking about? Yeah.
Well, the striptease shows, but I mean everyone in this industry, everybody's gigs were canceled.
And do you how do you work yourself? By yourself or as a group, or how?
Usually by myself. Like most of my shows are like single performer. We also do duos and group shows with my colleagues, but that's very rare. Usually we do like one person dancing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But you, sorry, I interrupted you, and you said that you're. I just said that you're a stripper, but you said you're other things. That you're a stripper and what, concert goer, or what else?
And glamour model.
What is glamour modeling?
Well, it's basically modeling, but usually more sexier pictures. And it's, how do I say? Our goal is to make money from the photo shoots, if that makes sense.
So what do you mean you make money with the photo shoots? People, what do you mean by that? Do you sell the photos or what?
Like anyone can book me if you're like hobby photographer or you need to build your portfolio or whatever, or professional photographer who needs to build your portfolio, then you can book me for a photo
Oh yeah,
shoot.
just like any models, would you say that?
Yeah.
But I also noticed on your website you actually sell quite a lot of your photos.
Yeah, I do that too. Like, well, now very popular for girls to do. I don't know. Am I allowed to mention any websites? But
You can mention anything you want.
Yeah. Okay. So like the OnlyFans is a big thing right now. But I basically do the same thing. I just have my own web shop, and sell photo sets, videos, whatever.
Yeah, so just for all the listeners, the reason why we're speaking English, we actually talked about this yesterday. Like, should we speak English or Finnish? But Irina has so much following abroad and outside Finland, so we decided, okay, we're going to do this in English. And all your social media presence is in English too, right?
Yeah. I try to keep it in English.
Yes, so we decided to speak English, so all the since all the Finnish listeners can understand English too. Yeah, so what's that? OnlyFans, the website OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's like a website where anyone can upload content, like you upload to social media. You upload content, but you're not making money. So OnlyFans, you upload. You can be a fitness coach, you can be a porn star, you can be a chef teaching people how to cook, like whatever. And people pay, like subscribe to your OnlyFans. So they pay and they get like exclusive content. Do you know?
Do they pay like monthly fee, or how does it work?
Yeah, I think it's monthly, and then the content creator gets a cut from that.
Yeah, is it good?
I've heard it's good. I don't do it. I wasn't approved, so I was like, yeah, whatever. I have my own web shop, so I just thought it just makes more sense to put it all my content on my web shop, and people can buy it from there. And I have to advertise, whether I'm doing it on OnlyFans, whether I'm doing it on Pornhub, whether I'm doing it wherever. I need to advertise for people to know, to find me. So I thought, why advertise another website when I can just advertise my own web shop? And it's the same kind of content that I would put out anyway. So yeah, I just have my own web shop, and you can get photo sets, videos.
Do you know why you were not approved?
I think because I was in Australia at that time, and my phone number, I don't know whether it was because it was a Finnish phone number and I was in Australia, so it was confused, or because my Australian number was a prepaid number, so it wouldn't, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was just okay, this is a sign from the universe that this is not my thing.
So since you also sell lots of stuff and do the shows, like how does What does your work consist of? Because you do so many things.
Well, most of my money comes from the striptease shows. So I perform in nightclubs, bars, pubs. We do like erotic nights, and strippers come there and do like a few shows during the night. Then I do like private events like bachelor's party, birthday party, corporate parties, Christmas parties, whatever. And then yeah, that brings most of the money. But then I have like side things like the web shop. I sell used clothes, the photos,
Used
videos.
clothes?
Yes.
What kind of used clothes?
Oh, anything. I have anything. Well, the panties are the most popular ones. I sell stockings, pantyhose, socks, bras, nightgowns, tops, jeans, whatever people want to buy.
So how does it work with used panties?
You
Like
make
how long do you wear them, and who buys them?
actually they're super popular. Like I don't know who buys them because I only sell through internet, so I only pack them and send them. So I never see the people, but I assume anyone walking towards me in the street could be a panty buyer.
Do you have any
It could
more?
be anyone.
Sorry.
Huh?
Yes, it could be anyone.
It could be anyone. So yeah, basically you make an order on my web shop and you get to choose like strings or hipsters or what kind of color you want. And then I let you know when I'm gonna wear them. I wear them for a couple of days, just like normal wear, and put them in a plastic bag and send them off.
What do you mean, like normal wear? Just everyday wear?
Yeah, just like I would wear any pair. Because some people ask like, can I pee in them? Can I menstruate in them? Like, no, I don't do that.
Why don't you go there? Why don't you do that?
It's just a boundary that I have. It's just it doesn't feel comfortable, so I'd like to keep the toilet stuff kind of. It's my own private thing.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. Like, where are your boundaries as a stripper? Where do they go? Where are they?
Well, everyone sets their boundaries themselves. Nobody can tell anyone how they should, what they should do or not should do. Like everyone sets the boundaries themselves. Well, I get fully naked in my show. I do not masturbate. I do not like touch myself down there. I do not let anyone touch me down there. Customers cannot touch me. Yeah, I don't use any toys. What else? I guess that's the most like biggest most.
So there's no touching at all.
At my show, no.
How about with the lap dance? Do you do lap dance?
Yeah, I do. So of course there's some contact, but like I don't let people like put their hands on me, or I don't touch them in any like private parts, and except one show.
It's what show?
Except maybe just one show. I do spank the guy. But otherwise, like no hands on me. I don't do like grinding. Do you know what I mean? Like on the crotch or anything like that. Yeah.
So, and what's the show with the? You said there's a spanking show.
Yes.
So how does that differ from the others?
It's a little bit like Yeah, I don't do like dominatrix stuff, like S&M stuff. I don't do that. But this one show is a little bit like dominatrix inspired. So the character has like a whip and PVC dress and all of that. So yeah, she like undresses the guy and gives him spanking.
So you spank him.
Yeah.
So if people want to pay you more and if they want to touch, is there that option?
Well, I have done touching for like extra money, but actually last weekend I was like, okay, I'm getting so great money anyway, and they wanted to try my boobs. Like I got silicone boobs, so I thought, okay, yeah, whatever, this cool guys, and we had a good time. So I was like, yeah, whatever, for an extra fee, go for it. But actually afterwards I was like, like it didn't feel right. So yeah, maybe I won't be doing that.
And
And then
yeah, sorry.
and when I was in Australia, working in Australia, in Queensland, in the clubs, touching is included in the private shows. Like when a customer buys a private dance, they are allowed to touch the dancer. So I was like, I'll try it. I'll just try how it feels. Step out of your comfort zone. Let's see how it feels. And yeah, I just don't like it.
How about if people want to masturbate? The client.
Well, most places, like most establishments, they don't allow that. At private parties, go for it. Go for it. Give me a little bit more extra money and go for it.
And that can happen.
I don't care. That can happen, yeah.
And how about in the private? So there's the strip shows in clubs where no one masturbates, but how about in the private shows? Inside the clubs, I mean.
Yeah, most clubs are like, it's not allowed in clubs.
Yeah.
Even if it's a private room, it's not allowed.
If you think about the other strippers, especially in Finland, like it seems like the line where you draw is like you said, that you really do it for yourself. Is it like that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no like general rules.
Yeah.
At least in Finland, and I don't think in the US either. Like every club is different, every state is different, every girl is different. So there's really nothing like in general rules or anything. In Australia, it was very it was quite clear. Every state had their own rules, and it seemed like each club in that state had the same rules, like either no touching at all or yes touching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like in the law, in the state law, like what can you do in a strip club, where can you touch, where can you not touch, how far do you gotta stay from the client and stuff like that. It was all like written in the law.
And what?
So it was
sorry.
It was quite clear. It was quite clear in Australia. Like, yeah, you just knew what to do. But here it's like the Wild West. Everyone just decides for themselves.
What's your relationship, and what are your thoughts on prostitution? Not necessarily for you, but like generally.
Yeah. Where I stand, I how do I say? I'm for legalizing brothels and prostitution, or I don't know. Like the word prostitution is like, this is what I was told, is like when somebody prostitutes you. Do you know what I mean? Like when someone works independently, she's not prostituted. She is independent. She doesn't have someone who prostituted her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the word prostitute is maybe wrong.
Yes.
Like it's outdated. Let's say it's outdated. Nowadays, most of the working girls are like independent workers. So I'm for legalization of full service sex work, absolutely, and brothels, because I think the workers need a place where they can safely do their work together. Like the way the laws are now, as soon as there's somebody profiting from their work, for example, if they rent a room somewhere, there's immediately someone profiting from their work. So that is illegal. So I think it would be a lot safer if they would have like a place that they wouldn't have to work from home or anything, but they would have a place where customers know where to go to get these services, and people could work there together so they're not alone. Yeah. And this is the discussion at the moment, like whether we decriminalize or we legalize full service.
What's the situation?
Do you know
Actually, what's the situation now in Finland?
In Finland, it's completely legal to sell sex. It's completely legal to buy sex, as long as it's not from a victim of trafficking.
Yes.
But brothels are illegal. So as soon as there's like a pimp, as soon as there's a third party, so basically someone profiting from the transaction, a third party profiting from the transaction, that is illegal. Like the third party is illegal. So if the full service sex worker is paying rent, she doesn't own the place, her home, she pays rent, and she takes a customer at home. Basically, the landlord is a pimp. Yeah. And that's illegal. Yeah, so...
And you were...
So it's very complicated.
And you were talking before that there's a discussion whether to decriminalize it or something. Mm-hmm. Can you go back to that?
Either either decriminalize or legalize. So okay, this is not my industry, so I'm not 100% sure. But what I've understood is that decriminalize the full service sex work means to completely take away any laws, anything that restricts, or like everything, take away all the laws, everything that has to do with selling sex. Yeah. And anyone could do it anywhere, any way they want, whatever. Like we don't have laws on how, I don't know, we don't have laws about striptease, like how can you do it, how can you not. Yeah. As long as you're not selling sexual services, do whatever. Like we don't have any laws. Yeah. So decriminalize would mean basically, just no laws, nothing, Wild West, go for it, wherever you want, whoever, however. But legalize would mean that it would be legal, but there would be like laws and strict like how you can do it, only 18 years and over where you can do it. There would be like some
Regulations.
regulations exactly on how you can do it and who can do it and where they can do it. So it looks like most sex workers are more on the decriminalization side because like most people who need the money, they are in a position where they can't go to the police and give their fingerprints and stuff like that. Like they need the money now. They need to start doing it now in their home or wherever. So we're not solving a problem by legalizing it, because if we legalize it, then they will have to go get fingerprinted, get all the legal papers, everything. It will take so much time and so much money and effort that people who really need to do the job, they maybe can't get into the job. But I'm more on the legal eye. I know it's not like unpopular in my industry to be on the legalization side, but I'm going to be brave and say I'm on the legalization side because I think it's quite crazy that anyone could just from just the thought, hey, I need some extra money, let's go sell some sex, and and without any more thought, I'm afraid it would go to that. So I'd rather have it legalized. It will be like very strict regulations.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be like effort. You have to go through some effort and maybe spend some money to start the job, but at least you will be sure that this is what you really want to do.
Yeah. Do you
and then we will see to it that everything's okay, everyone's using a condom, everyone's of legal age, all of that will be maybe better.
Do you often run to situations where clients expect more from you than you actually are willing to do?
Absolutely, all the time.
Really?
That's why I think I've been in this whole brothel sex work discussion so much, because I see the demand. As soon as I started working as a stripper, I immediately saw the demand for sex. It's just enormous. You hear it all the time. All the time people are asking for it. So to me, it would be great if it would be more in the open, so people would know where to go to get it. Yeah.
And where not to get it, which would be...
And where not to get it. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Well, you're Finnish, but where are you from in Finland?
I'm from the south.
I'm
South Finland. I'm Swedish speaking Finn.
Oh yes, I noticed that. I watched some of your YouTube videos, and you were watching Finnish. You were speaking Swedish there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How did you grow up? What kind of family do you come from?
I would say that I had a very happy childhood, like very nothing weird really. I think we hear nowadays that how people had such a hard childhood or hard life and all of that, problems and stuff. But I would really say that I had a very, very happy childhood, very good education.
When did you start performing or get interested in performing?
I started when I was, I think, 21. I think I was 21 when I started modeling. I started as a model in men's magazines. And then because it's the same industry in Finland, it's the same, the models and strippers. It's kind of everybody knows everybody. So then I got introduced to stripping, and I really liked it, and here I am.
Before we go,
But-
that's great. Before we go there, I was just wondering, like, did you have any interest in any kind of performing before that? When do you think the first bug happened? Like when you got excited about something?
I think like the very, very first thought of getting in the adult entertainment industry was, when I was 13 or something, and Blink-182 had the porn star on their album cover.
What was the album or the star?
I don't have it here, but Enema of the State.
Sorry?
Blink-182. Enema of the State.
Oh, that was the name.
The album.
Yeah, okay. So if people can Google it.
And the porn star was Janine Lindemulder.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was on the cover, and I really liked the band, and then I learned that she's a porn star, and I thought she was so beautiful. I just wanted to be like her. And that was maybe the first time I kind of played with the thought of maybe this is something I could do when I grow up. But that thought, I didn't really, put any more thought into it.
And when you said that this is something I could do, what was this?
Yeah. I didn't, at that time, I was 13. I didn't even know that there is such a thing as strippers or striptease. I knew nothing about that. I just heard this woman on the cover is a porn star. I barely knew what porn was. So, and I remember actually reading my diaries, and I think I meant strippers or models, but I just called everyone porn stars. I remember just writing porn stars, but yeah, I think I meant more like strippers, stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't know this industry at all, but it was just like a thought, oh, she's a porn star, maybe I can be a porn star, which I thought maybe meant more like a model. I don't know.
Do you know what was so exciting about her to you?
She was just super beautiful, like super feminine, big boobs, tattoos, big, strong makeup, big eyes, just so beautiful.
Yeah, because that's definitely something else, like compared to Miss Finland or something that we can see on TV. So there was something in her that excited you.
Maybe, yeah. And I was never really into like the natural look. I always wanted like green hair or something weird, tattoos. Yeah.
So did anything happen on that field or that interest between 13 and 21?
Then at the age of 20, I got my first breast implants. And I think that was kind of like a turning point that I just, all of a sudden, I was okay with my body and everything. And I was like, when you grow up and you just don't have boobs, like you're a girl and you like big breasts, or you probably don't know, but maybe some of the listeners know the feeling. And you see your classmates, having breasts and their breasts grow, and they can wear nice bras and all of that. And I was just like a boy, like nothing. So, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you have breasts.
Yes.
So I just kind of felt like, wow, I have boobs. Like everybody look at me. I just kind of had this, I just want to show these to everybody. Like, look, I have boobs. So I think, and then
Did they look?
I went.
Did they look? Like when you
Great.
started showing your boobs, did people start looking at them?
Oh, yeah, yes, they did. Yes, they did. Well, I went. I started, as I said, as a model in the men's magazines.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the reason for first breast implants was really that you were wanting to have breasts for like quite a while, and then.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
but at that point, I didn't think anything. I still didn't know what is a stripper, what is striptease. I still had no idea.
Yeah.
But I was taken like shortly after I had the operation. I was taken to a strip club, and that was like also first time I see pole dancing, and they are so flexible and so beautiful, such beautiful dance and they had these like Playboy bunny waitresses there, and I just like all that kind of clothes. So I was like, oh wow, like I just want to be like them. Like I want to do this job.
Yes. And then you said that you got the first men's magazine photo shoots. Is that where it started?
Yeah, that's how it started. I was just like, okay, I want to show these boobs and just Googled like model for men's magazines, and a Finnish magazine came up, and I wrote to them, hey, I want to model, so how does this work? And I got approved, and we scheduled a photo shoot, and yeah.
And that's where it started. Well,
That's how it started, yeah.
Well, I know this already, but where were you studying, or what was your other life apart from the photo shoot at that point?
At that point, I was in Helsinki University studying geology.
So you actually...
So I had moved to Helsinki to study, and well, I was already 19, 20. So I felt like,
Sorry, what was the year? 19?
I think I was 20 years old.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I got my boobs at 20. Yeah, so I was like 20, 21, something like that. Yeah, so it was 2009, 2008.
Yeah.
2007, 2008, something like that. So yeah, I got into university, moved to Helsinki, and yeah, I just felt like, first of all, in Helsinki, like all the modeling jobs are like available. And so I was like, why not? Why not try it? And just, I hadn't really worked in my life. And I just felt like, I'm already 20, 21. Like, you got to start somewhere. You got to start at some point.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just go because I was going like from school to school to school. So, you can't do that forever. Like, you got to start getting work experience and all of that. So, and then I thought, I'm going to pick a job that I enjoy.
So you started doing the photo shoot, and how did your career progress after that?
Well, then the photographer, he knew the strippers and the strip places, so he introduced me to them. And I was also shopping at sex shops, so also the shopkeepers, they knew people and they introduced me. And so I started getting gigs, and yeah.
Like, how was your first gig? How was that?
You know what? I don't remember my very first gig, because as soon as I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do, my calendar just like blew up, like full of work. So I don't remember which was my like very, very first time. But I remember a few of them. that were in like the very beginning. I remember I rehearsed very much, like almost to the very each step. What am I gonna do? And I was super nervous, and I probably messed up. Well, the first show in a strip club, because I just tried everything, like strip clubs, exhibitions, so nightclubs, like just anything I could get, I would try it. And so the first show at a strip club, I asked the manager or the owner, like, what do I do? Like, how many songs? How long is the show? Like, what do I do? Or because some clubs have very strict rules, like you gotta take off your panties by the middle of the third song or something like that, something stupid like that. So I just wanted to be like very clear and very sure, like, okay, so do you have any rules to, like, how long is the show, whatever, anything I need to know. And they were like, yeah, the show is like 15 minutes. And when I was thinking about my music at home, I was like, oh God, 15 minutes is like 5 songs or something like that, or 4 songs. And so I came up with 5 songs, and then I go on stage. And then like by the end of the second song, the other girls were like screaming at me, like, hey, you gotta get off stage, like you're up there for too long. And I was like, it's not even been 10 minutes. Like, what the hell? So yeah, they like continued, and the manager doesn't do anything. The owners don't do anything. The bar staff doesn't do anything. The girls are just yelling at me to get off stage. And I'm like, okay, what the hell do I do now? Because I don't want to break any rules, because I was told the show is 15 minutes. So then, I don't know, it was just like super confusing, very uncomfortable experience. I don't remember what I did or what I didn't do, but at least I didn't get fined or anything. But I just told them that at the end of the night, I just told them, I'm not coming back.
What was the right time for the songs?
I don't know. The other girls, I think they did like 2 songs, and then for the third song, they like go around the club collecting tips, and then they get up on stage and take their panties off, like before the third song ends.
Yeah. Well, how did?
But that's 10 minutes. 3 songs is like just over 10 minutes. It's not 15 minutes.
Well, that's actually cool. So. That's interesting. So they collect tips. Like, how does the pay work if you perform in a strip club?
Well, in a strip club, it's usually in Finland. The girls don't get paid like hour or by the hour or anything. So it's only tips and commission, like tips that they get on stage, or commission when they sell a private dance or a bottle or something like that. They get commission. In Australia, it was usually either you paid like it's called a house fee or a club fee. So basically, to work there, you have to pay something to the club, and then whatever you make, you keep it. Or sometimes for the VIPs, you have to pay like commission to the club. It's just complicated, and every club is different. So, but yeah, most clubs that I've heard in the English-speaking world, like Australia, UK, America, girls pay a club fee, and then whatever happens in the club, they keep the money. Sometimes you split the money, like in Sydney, in New South Wales. I think all the clubs where like you split the money with the club, so you don't pay anything to work there, but everything you make, you just split it 50-50 or 60-40 or whatever. In Finland, the commission, oh, it's crazy. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes you only get 30%, sometimes you only get 10%. It's stupid.
Of lap dance.
Yeah.
Well, how much are the lap dances average in Finland?
It's just, I've only been into one club in Finland, so I don't know. Or one club in Helsinki, one club in Turku, so I really don't know what is average. But in the one club in Finland, or in Helsinki, it's like the cheapest lap dance is 70 euro. And
70.
we get 70.
Yeah.
And we get a third of that, so like 30%. I don't know, what does that make? 20?
Yeah,
Something
23.
less than 20. Yeah, something like that.
How long is it?
It's 15 minutes.
Yes. Do they often tip in addition to that?
No, in Finland we don't really have like a tipping culture, so rarely they tip. Some people understand that to tip, but not everyone. And yeah, one crazy thing, I really hope the system has changed, but back when I asked about it, one club in Helsinki, the cheapest lap dance, I think it was like 120 euro. It includes a bottle, but who cares about the bottle? It's 120 and the girl gets 10 euro. That's not even 10%. So I was like, when he said that to me on the phone, I was like, excuse me, it probably cut or something, because did I hear this correctly? And I had to ask him like many times, like, did I hear this correctly? So the customer pays 120 euro. That's the cheapest dance he can get. 120 euro. And the girl gets how much? 10? 10? The girl only gets 10 euro from that. That's not even 10%. Like, what? And we gotta get naked for that? For the 10 euro, we need to get naked? Excuse me? Like, how does this work? And this is all we're getting. We're not getting paid to perform there. We're not getting paid hourly, anything. That's what we get. And then he's like, yeah, well, girls are good at getting tips. Like, you're supposed to get tips on top of that 10 euro. So I was like, okay, excuse me, we're in Finland. If the customer pays 120 euro for a 10-minute dance, where the hell is he gonna get more money to tip you? He already paid 120 euro for only 10 minutes of his night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just, no, I'm not working for you.
But he felt that it was all right.
Yeah, he was like, well, other girls are okay with this, so we're not changing it.
Yeah.
I was like, can we negotiate about this? And he was like, no, well, other girls are okay with it, so we don't see a reason to change it.
Yeah.
I was like, how in the hell can someone be okay with this? But I don't work there, so none of my business.
Yeah.
Not my problem. Not my problem.
Yeah. Well, the commission with the lap dances and the tips during dancing is pretty clear. How is it with you said that you sell bottles too?
Yeah, in the clubs we sell bottles, champagne bottles. I don't know the prices because I don't really work in clubs and I don't really sell bottles.
But
So
you
yeah,
try to push all the people to buy
yeah,
more, or what's the
yeah,
idea?
yeah. Like, do you want to spend more time with me? We can get a champagne bottle, and you sit with them for however long.
Yeah. Do you drink? Like, how is it with drinking with clients?
Well, I don't drink at all, like never. So the more for the client.
So you don't drink like, but do they pour it to you? Pour it for
I
you?
just, some clubs are like, well, you have to pretend that you're drinking. So yeah, they pour it to me, but I don't drink it. Yeah.
Oh, you have
Some
never
clubs.
drank?
No, I've like never touched alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some clubs understand it. They're like, yeah, you don't have to drink, and you just sell the bottle, and you just get a drink for yourself, whatever.
Well, how did it feel like you were talking about your first times performing? How did it feel like when you did it for the first times?
Well, it was great except for the strip club experience. I mean, I love being
Yeah.
on stage, but it was like just so confusing.
I guess that's what I'm like.
Um,
How did it feel being on stage and doing
mhm.
that thing? That's what I'm.
Um, then then the other like nightclub show, the exhibition show. I remember I was super nervous, like shaking. But once you get on stage, it just goes away. You just do your routine, and it felt great.
Yeah. So I guess this is something like like I enjoy performing and doing whatever stuff that I do, and I guess when you're doing, is that the thing that you love the most? Doing
Yeah,
stripping.
yeah. Well, I've been here for 11 years, so yeah, I absolutely love it. It makes me happy, and I think I'm like a creative person, so I like to create stuff, and a show is a creation in a way. So I get to create it from start to finish and perform it to people and show my creation. So that's so great.
I saw some of your shows on YouTube, and
Hmm.
what I noticed that in some of them you don't take the clothes off right away.
No. It's like it can be a 10-minute, 15-minute show. So, of course, if you get naked right away, then what's the point?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when I saw some of the show, I really felt that it was like a longer dance number, and you wanted to explore some themes. That it's
yes.
not just going there and taking your clothes off. That there was really ideas and bigger thoughts and choreography behind them. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think that especially in Finland, we have moved more towards that the striptease shows are real shows. Like we really put on a show, that it's not just in clubs, of course, maybe you can't do so much of that. So you just get up on stage whenever it's your turn in whatever you are wearing, and you just do your dance on the pole or whatever, and then get off. Um, but when we do like in a nightclub or a bar or an exhibition, like on a big stage, then then we really want to do something like with a theme, or maybe like tell a story sort of thing. So, because I think the audience has already seen so much of the basic, girl dancing, taking her clothes off. Um, so
What kind of themes do you explore in your shows?
I have many. I have well, all the basic police, nurse, cowboy, basic things, and then I have some of my own that I haven't seen anyone else doing. For example, or I haven't seen anyone in Finland do them. I have a Queen of Hearts show. I have a Voodoo Queen. I have the Teenage Ninja Turtle. What else? Yeah, I have a lot of, or like a waitress, dominatrix. I have many different, a magician. Yeah.
So when I'm doing, like, for example, stand-up comedy, I'm trying to make people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a big part of like just what was I forgot the word, but like you just do whatever you feel like that you can really
Improvise.
improvise and
Improvise.
express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. So it's also about making some kind of reaction happen in the audience, but it's quite a lot about expressing yourself. So I understand you express yourself, but is there, how conscious are you, like how does the audience feel about you? Are you trying to, what are the things that you're trying to make them feel?
Well, I like to, because many people think of striptease. Well, it is an erotic show. We can't get away from that. But many people look at it solely as erotic and to get like aroused, erotic arousal from it. But I like to do also that the show can be a little bit funny, it can be scary, it can be weird, it can be shocking. Like I want more different feelings, not only the sexual arousal. So I like to...
Yeah, that's what I was feeling, especially on the first half of the show, that I felt that there was things that you wanted to express in the shows quite a lot. Could you see yourself, not that you should, but are you, do you think that you could yourself do some kind of dance without the erotic aspect? Would that be fun?
I think many of my shows don't have an erotic aspect at all. But I am taking my clothes off, so I'm using it maybe more like a shocking or like a humorous, like, "Woo, look at my balloon boobs," or whatever. So yeah, so everybody looks at the show however they want, of course. I can't tell them to look at it a certain way. But I do like to do like different things, that it's not just erotic.
Yeah, that's what I felt when I watched it. There was quite a lot of thought behind it. Do you have other ways of expressing yourself? You do clothes or something? What kind of other ways do you have to express yourself?
Yeah, I do. I make clothes and accessories, and I draw. Not so much anymore, but I used to draw. Yeah.
And something that I liked, especially when I was younger, you're involved in wrestling.
Not so much. It's just that a friend of mine, he's a wrestler, and we just do some collaborations sometimes, or we help each other out any way we can. And yeah, it was just like one time thing. He wanted me to do this one character.
What kind of thing was it?
It was just like, how do I say? Well, I guess he wanted to a little bit, well, have like a lady, because it's so like a lot of men in the wrestling scene.
Yes.
So maybe they wanted like a woman, female, add a female to it. And it would also be like a little bit, how do I say, promotion for me. Like they use my name and everything. So yeah, just to introduce me to a different audience, I guess.
Yeah, because if I Google you, that comes up quite pretty soon. So I thought that you've been doing that for a longer time.
No, it was just, I think maybe because it's very recent. Because it was done very recently. No, it was just that one thing. And I've heard that, yeah, wrestling is quite big, so I thought, I'll try it. But I'm
Yes. So we're
not
talking about
wrestling.
Sorry.
The show wrestling, yeah, I don't wrestle. I was just there like walking.
With the guy.
Yeah.
Who was the guy?
My character was a little bit like a Catwoman thing, and she had a pet. So yeah. I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy. My friend, he's a wrestler. Like I guess he's the champion of Finland right now.
Who? Starbuck.
Starbuck, yeah.
Yes. I don't know him, but I'm aware of him.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's the one that I know.
But you don't see. Do you see a future in that for you?
I don't think. No, I'm not gonna say anything. At least I'm interested because that's about the kind of clothes that I make. So maybe I can make the outfits possibly, but I don't really see myself in that industry. Maybe like performing. I don't think so. Stripping is such better money that why would I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I can understand that because well, anyway, you fit well in that. I thought that you had done that quite more.
Okay. No, we'll see what the future brings.
Yeah. So as a stripper, how much do you work per week?
Of course, if you do the clubs and all of that, you can have work every day. Like you can work as much as you want. Because I only do nightclubs and bars and private events, so most of them are on the weekends, of course. So I might have like, well, yeah, most gigs are Friday, Saturday night. We have some venues that have striptease every Wednesday, some have every Thursday. So there is work during the week as well, but I only get that like once a month or something. And
How is?
yeah, it's very hard to say like how much work because it's really it's a little bit seasonal. It's I can't tell anyone, hey, throw your bachelor's party this weekend, I'm free, so why don't you do your bachelor's party now? I can't tell anyone that. They have the party when they have the party. So some weekends I don't have any work because nobody booked me. Some weekends I have 5 gigs going all around the country.
How is it with the with your personal relationships? Like, what do your like a boyfriend or something? How do they feel about this?
Well, right now it's a little bit like we just don't talk about work. Like we know what the other one does, but we just know and we just don't talk any details. So, and I really don't care what he thinks. I think if he didn't mind it, then he wouldn't be with me. So
yeah.
But in my marriage, I'm divorced. So in the marriage, well, I told him immediately what I do, and I asked him, "Are you okay with this? I'm not quitting." So it's like I'm not gonna quit because of a man.
Yeah.
Like you gotta understand this, yeah. So. And he was like, yeah, it's okay. And then he wanted to move in with me, or like we moved in together. So I was like, are you still okay with my job? Yes, everything was okay. But I guess, in time and when you first meet and someone asks you like, hey, I'm a stripper, what do you think about it? And you have no experience from dating one, from living with one, you have no experience or have no idea what striptease is. You've only seen it on TV or in movies, then it's very hard to say like what you think of it. So when we live together and you really see the lifestyle and you really like in the lifestyle, like your girlfriend is never home and all of that. So I guess it's not every person can take that, and especially in the beginning of the relationship when you really want to be close to the person and lots of love and all of that, and then the person is always gone and performing naked for other men and all of that. So I do understand that it's not for everybody. So even if he was like, yeah, everything's okay, and he even helped me a lot with my work and to get gigs and all of that. So, but then in time, I did notice that he wasn't okay with it and he wanted me to stop. And I was like, hey, I told you from the start, I'm not stopping, I'm not quitting. And yeah, it just became a huge problem. So, yeah, I guess that's the biggest why we divorced.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I'm
Don't
happy
be.
that
I'm
you
happy.
yeah.
I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm like the best decision of my life. I'm
Good.
so happy I did
Yeah, I was
it.
thinking like, sorry.
I'm so happy I did it. I'm so happy I divorced him.
Yeah, I was sorry. I'm just taking a pen because I need to remember something at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can do it now. We need to talk about your book,
Mm-hmm.
but so just about the relationships. So I guess I was just wondering, like, are some guys weird with that
Are
weird with
guys
the stripping
weird?
thing? But you already answered that.
Yeah. So it's just it's not for everybody. It's you can't really explain. I think it's the same, with maybe musician, rock star. You think it's so glamorous and wow, but then when you actually in the lifestyle and you see it every day from very close, you see all the good, bad, and ugly. Then yeah, it's just not for everybody.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, how do you? So let's talk about the book. You have a book,
Yes.
which I did read.
Yes.
Irina Tundra K18. Irina Tundra
Yeah.
K18.
It's unfortunately only in Finnish, and I don't think they are gonna translate it, but it's full of pictures, so if you can't read, you can just watch the pictures.
And it's your biography.
Oh, yeah, yeah, basically. It was like originally, it's like a photo book that the photographers, photolies.com, they wanted to make a photo book of their work, and they've been photographing me for about like 7 years. Well, ever since they started, and they've heard all of my stories with my customers, and so I because they wanted to do the book and they wanted to have like a theme or something, like what is it going to be about, that it's not just full of pictures that they've taken, that there's actually like a theme or something. And yeah, they've heard all my stories, so they thought that would be a good theme for the book, so we did it.
Cool.
Mm.
I have two more things
Mm-hmm.
to ask. The first thing is you do this in quite a businesswoman like way. Especially your website is everything. How do you feel about that?
I try to, yes. Well, in Finland, it's the best way to do it. Like you have to have your own business, and like business.
You seem very organized and very businesslike.
Oh, thank you.
Like much better than many musicians and stuff like that.
Oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, well, that's just how I am, and like very OCD and organized. So, and then I'm very scared because like in Finland, the biggest mistake you can make is tax fraud. So I'm very scared of that. So I just want to have everything organized and done right. So, and I think also for the customers, it gives like, how do you say, they can trust you when, you know, the website is working, everything is professional, then they really know that they're getting a professional. So yeah, I like to keep it that way.
How do you think, because Irina Tundra is not your real name, how much do you feel that you're different as the character and at home?
You know, Irina is my real name, and I picked that because I didn't want to be somebody else. Like most dancers, for safety reasons, they have like a artist name. But I felt that coming up with an artist name, then I would really have to like become a different character or a different person. And I didn't want to do that because I really wanted to be like myself on stage. So I just kept my own name. But with time, I do notice that Irina Tundra is a little bit different than the Irina at home. And they kind of grown a little bit apart because on stage you have to be like very theatrical and charismatic and all of that, but then at home I have to say I'm very lazy. Like I don't I'm just lazy. I don't do my makeup every day and all that, but on stage I want to be like everything perfect.
Yes. So what are your dreams, and how do you see your future in this field or in life? In life.
How much time do we have? How much time do we have? I also wanted to say
it's not that specific.
Okay.
But how much time do you have?
I have all night. Don't worry. No worries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's no specific. Yeah.
Okay. I also wanted to say that so the Irina and Irina Tundra have a little bit grown apart, and actually now I've started to do like actual characters in my shows, like they're just like different characters. Like I have a German girl or the Ninja Turtle. They are like completely different characters, personalities. So I'm kind of like acting when I'm on stage. And I just wanna try that I can actually go into like a completely different character and play a character on stage, that it's not necessarily always playing Irina Tundra. Yeah.
Nice. How about career-wise? Like, do you want to go what are you still hoping?
Dreams, aspirations, goals. Well, I've already done Australia, and now I want to do New Zealand. Working holiday is super easy to get. You just fill in the form and you just get it. And but like a working visa, you actually have to have a workplace there. Like you already have to have an employer. It's so much paperwork. It's not impossible, but it's very hard. And especially in this field, because it's not like essential work, so it's pretty impossible to get a work visa. So I really want to do it with the working holiday while I still can. And I do want to travel the world, not necessarily for work, because also in this industry. In many countries, it's, for example, they have age limit, like they don't employ dancers over 30, or you have to look a certain way or whatever. So it's not even possible for me to work everywhere. So I just want to travel just to see the countries. And also the different laws, like some countries, they don't even have striptease. It's like straight out brothels. So it's not even possible. So yeah, but I just want to travel. Let's see. I do have some dreams that I'm just not gonna disclose because I don't want to jinx it. But I do have like maybe future plans if I ever get tired of this. I do want to go to the US. I was gonna ask you how to get a working visa to the US because I find it quite impossible for this industry.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky, but it's possible.
Okay.
That's the first thing to remember. Well, I won the green card lottery.
Yeah.
Have you heard about
No.
that? So every year it's free. In the fall, you just fill out something on web. It's called I think it's a DV lottery or green card lottery. Just make sure you go to the actual American government website because there's quite a lot of. So the ending needs to be .gov because there's quite a lot of scam websites. But it's a green card lottery. You just fill your information and you might win it. You get the information in like half a year.
Okay.
But I participated like about 6 times before I actually won it. But then you get to work. Then you get to live
And
here
it
and work.
doesn't matter what industry, just anything. Okay.
Yeah, anything.
Oh, cool.
So green card lottery is good.
Okay.
But since that's a lottery and it might take years, if you're like a established artist in your own field and you can prove that to them, there's a couple of visas that you can apply, which might be a way to go for you.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. So maybe now that I have the book and everything, maybe I can try it.
Well, that would definitely be a way to go, and you could talk with some musicians or actors who have gotten it.
Okay.
So it's quite a lot of work, but the main thing is really to remember that it's possible if you just do it. But that might be the way to go.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah, because the US would be absolutely like a dream market for me. That's the place. Australia and US are the places for strippers to make money. So I really want to.
Yeah, what's so good in US? Well, you said money, but anything else for the strippers?
Money, rock stars.
Because then yeah.
Graceland.
I understand.
Graceland. Yeah.
Do you feel that there's some kind of age thing that you're aware of? How is it? Is that how? Does that apply?
I would say no, because everybody likes different. Someone likes the daughter, someone likes the mother, you know. We have girls, we have dancers, all ages, from 18 to 50. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's just how you brand yourself, how you present yourself. It's more about that than the age. Some countries have like we only employ dancers from 18 to 30, and if you're 31, then they look at your passport. Oh, you're over 30. It doesn't matter how you look, how good you are. You're over 30, no chance. But then, yeah, most Western countries, they don't have that. I've danced with 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30, 40, 50-year-olds. And everybody makes money.
Yeah. Well, I think you have already answered this, but why do you think you dance?
Because I just love it. Because I just love it. It's good money. It makes me happy. It's like a way to express myself. And yeah, like I said, the creative side, I get to create something and make money from it. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
Sounds great. I think I'm doing the same kind of thing with whatever I'm trying to do.
Uh-huh.
So I really can relate
Yeah,
to it.
entertainment, you get to entertain people. I think when a
Yeah.
person is laughing, it's the best feeling next to an orgasm. It's the second best feeling that you can give
Yeah.
someone. So, yeah, how can you not love it?
That's cool. And I loved how you said laughing.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Have you done comedy yet?
I think some of my shows are a little bit like comedy. I don't talk, I don't say anything, but just the acting on stage, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that sounds great. Did we cover everything? Is there anything
I
else in
think
your
pretty
mind?
much yes. One thing I wanted to say, because yeah, I do get naked in my show and it is erotic. Then in many countries, even in Finland, even though we have the sauna culture and there's nothing sexual about it, it's still kind of, I still see this phenomenon in Finland as well, but especially I saw it in Australia. I see it or I hear about it in the US, that as soon as nudity is involved, people immediately think sex or erotic, basically sex. Like even in nude beaches in Australia, like people were using them for basically like going there and masturbating and I don't know what. I don't know what they were doing. But and it was immediately like they saw it as and I even did like a poll on my social media like do you think nude beaches are for sexual reasons or for just like a normal beach for the same reasons as a normal beach? And actually I think it was like 60% answered that it's for sexual reasons. And I'm like, what? Like as soon as nudity is included, people immediately think, "Oh, this is for, something sexual." But and then so in Australia, I did talk to some people who, when the nude beaches started over there in the 60s, in the 70s, so the people who were alive then, I talked to them like what is this? Like, what's the big idea with the nude beaches over here? And they were like, no, it's not for sexual anything. There's nothing sexual about it. It's just a beach where you can be like either with clothes on or clothes off. Like, it's just like a normal beach. There's nothing sexual about it. But some people just, for some reason, they immediately think that, oh, nudity, oh, it's for, you can go there and be crazy. So the same with striptease shows as soon as nudity is included, oh, they get naked, so they must sell sex. So this must be about, something sexual. But it's really not. It's really not. It's just an art form and the human body is very beautiful, so why not?
That sounds great. I actually want
Good.
one more question after that. What's your
Uh-huh.
relationship to burlesque?
Um I'm not very familiar with it, but they, of course, burlesque and striptease and cabaret, they all have the same kind of roots where they came
Yeah.
from. So they are related in some way. But at least what I've heard in Finland, the burlesque, they have like very strict rules, like no tattoos, no breast implants, like very strict rules, how you should do it, and so on. So, and yeah, they like we take all of our clothes off. In burlesque, they don't show anything, like they leave the tassels on the breasts and
So you're
bottoms
not that
on.
connected with the striptease culture?
With the burlesque culture, not so much, no. I have been thinking, because my striptease show is quite, how do I say, nice. Like, it's not so, I don't use any toys or vegetables or anything like that. So it is like very nice. And then more and more people are getting into the more like, yeah, using toys, sitting on the face sort of things, which I don't want to get into. So I'm starting to think that, and some people, they book a stripper, and then when I do my show, they're kind of like, we were expecting more. So I'm thinking, are people really expecting more when they book a stripper? So maybe I'm going more towards burlesque. And now that there's like a neo burlesque where they do take all of their clothes off, and the themes of the shows are maybe not so glamorous, and they're more like, they can be like punk rock, rock and roll, horror themes, stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going more towards that, and maybe I should be calling my show burlesque. But then, yeah, they are a little bit different. So I'm still like, no, I'm more of a stripper.
Sounds good. So Irina
Yeah.
Tundra, what's your website? Where can people find you?
People can find me on www.irinatundra.net, and there you can find all of my social media links. The handles are all different because I've had my accounts deleted so many times, and every time I have to come up with a new handle. So yeah, no conformity there. But yeah, you can go to my website and you find my web shop, and you find all the social media links over there. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
And you can be booked for shows.
Yes, book me for shows all around the world. Get me a visa to US.
Sounds good. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Irina.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening this episode with Irina Tundra. And new episodes are going to be coming up. You can find all of them online wherever you want to find them, or on my website, miskakajansu.com. See you soon, or talk to you soon. Bye-bye.